Hello everyone, welcome to my another problem on Codeforces. The problem is team. Team is the notion of today's Codeforces problem, and here's the problem scenario. We can see that here three friends, best friends like Petra, Mercian, and Tonia. They decided to decided to develop a team for to part on the programming contest. So they have some problem during offers several problems during this contest. They have decided that they will implement a problem if at least two of them are sure about the solution. So that's the main issues on this sequence, that they solve the problem when if there has three problems. They solve the problem when at least two decided that their solution are sure about the true section. So now we see the input and output sequence. The first line contain a single integer and another and this must be contained with three integers. So first one contain an integer like test case, and then another part that will be contain three integers. Each integers must contain either 0 or 1. So we can see that our input either 0 or 1. If the first line equals 1, if it contain the numbers of 1, then Petty is sure that the problem solution, otherwise he is not sure. The second number shows Vertius view on the solution. Third number shows Tonia's views. So there has an output of this contest. Now we can understand the problem. So now we can understand the problem. There has a test case like 3, so that must be 3. We can input 3 text input, and each input must contain with 3 variables with 3 names like Petty, Avashi, and Tony. It sequence that have written like 3 test case 1, 1, and 0. And also we can see that 1, 1, 1, and 1, 0, 0. It can show that there has a Petty assured that he can solve the problem, and other the Vaishya also sure that they can solve the problem, but another one like Tonia not sure about that they can solve the problem. Means we can see that two person can sure that they solve the problem, and here 3 person are sure that they solve the problem, and here only one person can sure that to solve the problem. So our condition is that which they decided they implement the problem. They implement the problem when at least 2 of them sure that the problem about the solution. So here we can see that at least 2 person are sure about that to solve the problem. Here 3 person sure that about to solve the problem, but here are less than 2 sure that about solve the problem. So our output must be answer with the output answer. The output of our answer is 2. So here we can see that the number of problems friends will implement contest 2. So then we can see that the number of problems the friends can implement are 2. And on this below section we can also see that only 1 person and only 2 person here, so maximum will be a second row, that will be them only 1 problem they can solve. So now we can understand this format. on code. So I will show to solve the problem in C++. We can see that here the input section, it will be firstly it's a test case, so we can write as 3, and then it will be take 3 type of input for 3 names like Petia, Versia and Tony. So we can write as so we now take input test case in test case. Each test case it must intake input 3 input 1 1 0 means like VVT. So we can see that each test case must contain with a 3 input. And now I will check that on this section it can input only 0 and 1. So when the sum of these 3 numbers, if will greater than 2, greater than or equal to 2, if the sum of these 3 numbers it will be greater than or 2, then we can count that they will solve the problem. So now I can see that so when it will be 1 1 0 and it will 1 1 0 means 2, it is greater than 2, then we can say that it must be solved. And then also when 1 1 1 it's when we take input 1 1 1, then it will be greater than 2, then it will be count 2, and when it will be 1 0 0, then it will be 1 means less than count, so it must be not counted, and we must declare this count as 0. If there has no match on greater than 2, then it must be give us an output on count. Now we will run this program. There are some issues. I has taken and 2 times, so we must change this T like TT. Now when we can see that we must take test cases. We can check one by one. 3 input PVTT, and then 1 1 1 and then 1 0. It has taken show output. There has two problems they must be solved because that are greater than 2. Now we submit this problem. Our problem has been accepted. Thank you so much.